Hello and welcome. This video is in continuation of the earlier video where we went over how to use a date picker in Flutter. We had created an app that had a single button that let us select a date from a date picker dialog. In this video, we will add a time picker to that app. As you can see, I have the app opened in my Android Studio. In this app, we have a single icon button. When clicked, opens the date picker dialog, and you can select a date and click OK, and it will populate the date in the text widget. Before we start adding some code, let's take a look at the documentation of time picker dialog. It has two required parameters: context and the initial time of the day. The function returns a future, and the future, as you can see here in the documentation, resolves to the time selected if a time is in fact selected from the dialog. But if the user decides to cancel the dialog, the future will resolve to a null value. We will begin by copying the UI widgets of the date picker, and we will make some changes to it so that we can use the same widgets for our time picker as well. We'll first change the icon to a clock-like icon so that it looks like a time picker. Then we'll declare a new variable to store and show the time picked. We'll also give this an initial value so that when no time is selected, a prompt is shown in the text. Let's use this here. Name it as selected time. Okay. Now let's make it look a little better. We want the time picker to be below the date picker. So we'll create a new row widget, and inside this row widget we are going to put in our text widget and the icon button so that it looks one below the other. So we'll have to make the parent row to a column so that okay, we have done that. Now we have to change the main axis to center. Yes, now it looks a little better. But to also make the time picker rows main axis as center. So once that is done, now let's write the function that we will call when the new icon button is clicked. So we'll name it as open time picker, and we will call the show time picker function of Flutter from there, as I just showing the documentation here. It has two required parameters: the context and the initial time. So we'll change the initial date to an initial time to now so that it shows the current time. And inside the set state method, we will change this to selected time and take the um, time of the day that is returned from the function and format it and show it. Okay, let's run it. Change the function name in the new widget. Now let's just run this. So here it is. You can see the dialog. We select a time, and it is can show. You can see the new selected time over here.